She needed a cup of coffee or she'd never make it through the night. Fortunately, she was just a few blocks away from her favorite convenience store where she knew they brewed a halfway decent cup. 622?
622, go ahead.
I'll be 7 at the Get-and-Go on Peeler.
10-4, 622.
The dispatch operator acknowledged. She pulled her squad car into the parking lot and stopped almost directly in front of the entrance. One car was pumping gas, but that was it, other than the guy standing at the far end of the sidewalk. She gave him a quick, speculative glance, sizing him up. From his dirty, mussed appearance, he was either homeless or on the verge of it. The guy returned her gaze as he took a drag on his cigarette, but made no comment. Striding into the store, she was immediately accosted by Patty, the clerk who worked the night shift like she did. The woman must have seen her drive in. She was waiting for her at the entrance.
"Officer Sparrow! Oh my God, I was just about to call the police."
Sonia tensed. The woman was distraught to the point of tears. "What's wrong?"
"Did you see that guy out there?"
"Yeah. He's standing at the end of the sidewalk and smoking a ciggy. Why? Has he done anything?" The woman glanced over Sonia's shoulder.
"He was in here, looking around, but he didn't look like he was going to buy anything. So I asked him if there was something he needed, if I could help him."
Her eyes widened as her face paled.
"He told me if he needed anything, he'd cut it out of me."
"He said he'd cut it out of you?"
"Yeah. I told him if he didn't leave, I was calling the cops. Officer, I'm afraid he might try to do something after you leave, and I'm alone here."
"Did he show you a weapon of any sort, like a knife?"
"No."
"Can you describe him?"
Tall and skinny, middle-aged white guy with a scraggly beard."
She wrinkled her nose. Sonia mentally nodded. That was the same guy she'd seen standing at the corner of the building. His remark about cutting her could have been an empty threat, but she couldn't make that assumption. "Don't worry, I'll go talk to him." Sonia exited the store and casually approached the guy, who continued to watch her. He didn't step back or try to avoid her as she drew near her. She got the impression he'd been waiting for her. Pasting a smile on her face, Sonia kept her guard up for any sudden movement. The man continued to smoke, his other hand perched on his hip as if nothing was wrong. "Good evening, sir. I'm Officer Sparrow. How are you doing this evening?" "None of your fucking business." Undeterred, she tried again. "May I ask your name, please?" "No, you may not. I'll leave when I'm finished with my smoke, okay?" Standing downwind, she caught the rank odor of body sweat and something else. Something noxious and unfamiliar. "Actually, what you're doing is loitering, sir. The clerk has asked you to leave, and she has every right to do that. So I suggest—" His movement was butter smooth as he reached into his back pocket or waistband with the hand that had been on his hip and pulled out a knife. It was her against him. But if he was under the influence, she couldn't take the risk.
10-4, 622.
She stood her ground, careful not to make any further advancement, so as to not give the man any reason to assume she was a threat. "Sir, please put the knife down." The guy dropped his ciggy instead, his gaze never leaving her face. "Sir," she began again. "Get away from me, cop," he softly threatened, tightening his grip on the blade. "Drop the knife," she reiterated. "Just drop the knife. I'm not here to hurt you, so there's no need for you to defend yourself." He launched himself at her without warning, knife raised over his head. The man was slight of build, but when he slammed into her, he was solid muscle. The force of his attack knocked her against the side of the store. She swept his legs out from under him with a kick. He went down, dragging her with him. She landed on top of him when he managed to shift to the side. Sonia hit the pavement with a jarring thud as the man raised a fist to bring it down onto her face. She was unprepared for the missile that plowed into them both. At the same time, she heard a deep, animalistic growl as the man was rammed in the side, knocking him off of her. She sat up in time to see the huge, furry shape take the guy down, and realized a big dog was taking him on.